Does work. Does help.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Chopper knob.
Okay, so we're gonna start on patchwork. This I'm gonna be main tanking it. Marisma's most likely going to be hateful tank 1, lonely probably hateful 2, and then most likely hateful 3 will be snap. So what that means is melee DPS can never pass snap and threat, and snap you cannot pass. Um, can somebody remind me? Does he also have to have lower HP or just lower on threat?
As long as
Uh,
all the melee are dipping, then none of us, it shouldn't matter where we are on the threat bar.
yeah, it's just gonna bounce back and forth between the two hateful tanks.
And then there's the chance of the third one, which would be snap. Is it fully just based on HP, or is it based on threat plus HP?
Just HP as far as I know. I could be wrong though. I've literally never seen Patchwork hit anybody that was dipping.
Yeah,
I've killed that
I'm more
motherfucker
curious
1,000
on
times.
like snap and how that changes things if it's based on his HP or if it's based on threat or if it's what exactly it all is, because I know hateful 1 will always take the most damage. And then hateful 2 is a little bit less. So it's like your hateful 1 should have your most mitigation, which I believe should be your highest HP person. What I know, but if they get healed up fast enough, it should never matter. But then that means Snap will have to have lower HP than the 2 hateful tanks to be hateful 3. It's so intricate, it's insane. What I know, Snap should have less HP than the 2 hateful tanks. So that he's hateful
Right.
3
If
in
Snap is the
case,
backup.
yeah, in case 1 and 2 get low and don't get healed fast enough, then Snap will soak 1, is what the whole strategy is. So normally, I mean, I'll play it out here, but you can kind of see. I don't know if they have us backup hateful at all in softcore, or they just fucking do whatever. But when you run in, do not like pre battle shout, do not pre blood rage, etc. Healers, from what I was told, um, if you're a druid, you pretty much should be slamming whatever your one with hots is. I believe it's regrowth, and swapping between all of the tanks would be my thought process on it. I mean, Ravish, Holy Woman will be able to tell you better if you have questions on healing patchwork. But what he told me is Priest should pretty much be slamming. Like on pull, he suggested Greater Heal 3 until he kind of stabilizes, and then you should be able to go down to Greater Heal 1 or 2 for mana efficiency with healing as well. You guys should be kind of staggering your heals constantly. You can see in the top left, these are the 3 tanks on the hard left side. They do not have a backup hateful, so I don't know his fucking name. If only I had fucking better internet and be sick. But Captain is the main tank, the bottom one, and then the 2 above him are the hateful tanks, which, I mean, it's not. The other big thing is I mean, we have so much rage that we should never be rage starved, and we should be able to pretty much be throwing out heroic strikes 24/7. So other than that, melee, you guys just have to make sure you guys keep dipping. You don't want to be too high of HP. Dipping more often than not dipping is always better. You do not want to randomly soak a hateful. You will die. we will be using mages, about one or two, like one mage with a backup mage with marbles for enrage phase. Me, Lonely, and Marisma will all be shield walling the enrage with a marbles in there. So that's pretty much the game plan for Patchwork. Pretty much just a tank and spank with a fuck ton of healing. That's about it. So pretty simple in terms of, if you're a DPS, just Zug. And that's about it. So most guilds will do go in, kill a noob, and then go to Patchwork right away, and then not use. And then this is Frogger. We will have a paladin walking through and stepping on those. It does do a little AoE when it explodes, so don't stand like on top of it or near it when it dies. Don't be like the first paladin and just fucking run through like an asshole and not pop anything. And then once you get to the next part here, if we're moving into Grobulus, these ads do a knock up straight up into the ceiling. We will have 2 tanks on each ad. You come across here, do not blink across, etc. Do not want to early pull these. Everybody will have to heal up because you can't just. This one's just a walk across, etc. You can't make the jump over. You can levitate it, but that's about it. Then you just walk across, heal up, eat up, and then I believe you prefab this. At least Skull does. But there's a ceiling right above Skull and X there. Everybody should pretty much run into the cubby behind them, because it's a big cubby right back in here. And everybody should be in there. So if you get knocked up, you just hit your head on the ceiling. If not, you're going to get launched out here, and you're going to have to lip, or else you're probably going to die. So what I know, the main tank on each one should FAP. And then there's two pulls of these, 3 pulls. But when you get knocked up, the reason we have 2 tanks on each one is because when you get knocked up, he'll start hitting second on threat. Whoever's second on threat will get hit. So ideally we keep 2 tanks on each mob. Max range. I believe these guys do the chain cleave. Whoever the main tank will be will I'll probably be on Skull, Merzman will be on X, and then Snap backup and Lonely backup. Just the 2 mains should FAP, and then I think there's 3 total pulls, 3 or 4 total pulls. Whoever the main one is should FAP on it, and the backup doesn't have to. See, that guy got launched into the air. He's the main tank, so. And then there's 2 on the left side, 2 on the right side, and then there's 3 on the back wall, I believe.
Make a note real quick, Turtle.
Huh?
The cleaves from these guys, I have died to a cleave on these guys in softcore. If you get cleaved, you're basically dead. So just be very, very careful melee DPS on your threat on these A-bombs and the Construct Quarter. They can and will one-shot you.
Those 2, I'm 100%, almost 100% sure that they do not cleave. Those ones are the ones that do the knock-up. But I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
are
Like at
A-bombs
the
that cleave.
Yeah,
But
to
those
start
ones
the
don't.
chain cleave, max melee range. Don't be goobers. Because these just spit out like some spew or some shit. Just some stupid shit.
Yeah, they do the knock-up, which is why you stand
Yeah.
underneath the
And
cover
then
there, so you don't
here,
take all that.
I don't. You can just go tank them right where the fuck they stand. I don't recall if there's some glitchy shit where when you tank them here and you get launched into the ceiling, it aggroing Grob. I don't recall. I genuinely don't know. It's probably safer to pull them back rather than. Yeah, I don't think these guys cleave at all. They literally just do like a frontal spew, which should get eaten by a GNPP. So these ones are pretty simple in comparison to the other ones that do the chain cleaves and shit. So pretty simple trash here. other than just facing it away and fapping it so you don't get knocked up immediately. And then for Grobulus, very simple fight. He will inject a toxin into somebody randomly, and he also drops a poison cloud underneath him. I will be kiting the boss around. We'll be starting it right here at the base of the staircase, and we'll be kiting it around this. He also does a frontal spew, so you don't want to be... It's not entirely just frontal. It does have a range, and it's not that far of a range. I'll be kiting him here the whole time. Melee should be on the backside. There's going to be one priest, I believe. One priest or paladin specifically for dispelling the ingestion that he puts on somebody randomly. What you want to do is you want to walk over and stand next to an already poison cloud, and then the priest will dispel you, or paladin, whoever we have doing it, will dispel you right next to it. We don't want to... You cannot instantly dispel it. You will cook yourself. That's the little poison cloud that I'm talking about. You do not want to be standing underneath him melee. You need to be standing behind so you don't get hit by the frontal spew. He also spawns a... You can see Antheline gets the injection, comes over here to where there's pretty much already a nearby, and then they get dispelled and it drops it back there. So these little slimes, they should be cleaved down pretty hard. I'll have an off tank picking them up. You can kill it first. It's not the end of the world. I mean, we'll kill it pretty fast because our DPS is usually better than softcore Andes. So then Juicy Pickle gets it, walks in, gets it right next by, gets dispelled eventually, and then runs back into the healing stack. If you're a melee, just walk back, get to dispel, run back in. Very simple fight. As you can tell, it's not like a complete 180 frontal. It's just like a triangle frontal, what I'm aware of. So, what I know. So, Grob, very easy fight. When we cross this fucking pipe, I swear to God, if somebody falls down, I'm not going to be a happy camper. It is very easy to just walk off onto the pipe. It is not a difficult thing. We do not want to have to drop down and fucking save your ass. It's a waste of time, and it's a pain in the ass. You walk up, we'll pre-pop a GNPP to eat a lot of the damage that we're about to take going through here. I will be needing a warrior to be specced into Piercing Howl for this fight. What you do is you are just walking in. I did it. If you watched my hardcore NAXX run with Resolve, I was that goober that had a ton of fun doing it. So you don't have to be on the DPS charts. It's great. Nobody's going to judge your ass for not having any damage on the boss. You get to run around, spam the shit out of hamstrings and Piercing Howls, while a paladin spams kings, and you're just keeping the paladin from getting touched. It's a hell of a lot of fun. I will need one for this, so let me know if you're willing to do it, etc. When you run through this tunnel, there is a hole on the left side. Don't be a dumbass. Second time around. Other than that, the boss is it does AoE fears, so pretty sure you guys should already be rolling it out, etc. Save your Berserker Rage. Do not Berserker Rage in this tunnel. Don't be dumb. You're gonna lose a ton of uptime if you Berserker Rage in the tunnel, like I did, like a dumbass. As soon as I did it, I was like, fuck, why did I do that? It's dumb. He fears pretty often. As you can see, it's already 10 seconds. He's gonna do a fear, and I get to run around like a dumbass. He does a mortal wound. If we don't kill it fast enough, off tank will have to pick it up. He does a frenzy, trankable. Other than that, it's a tank and spank. He spawns little ads. They'll be running circles. They do it differently on softcore. They don't really care, but they do the paladin that's spamming kings pretty much just runs around in a circle, just kind of kiting the ads the whole time, while the warrior chases after and just spams piercing howl and hamstring on the mobs. Other than that, very easy fight. Just tank and spank. Save your berserker rage for the first sphere. Second one, depending on where it is. I mean, if we're gonna kill it within the time, fucking Death Wish, you know. Otherwise, just eat it. It's not a big deal. I believe I Death Wish the second one, and I mean this is softcore. We do have DMF, but I mean we cleared it within the second roar, so pretty simple. It was about to hit, but should be about to be up again. Very easy fight, and then here we're moving into Thaddeus. You have to be careful. There's patrolling packs in here, and we need to cross at specific times so that we don't pull the pack, because we really don't want to pull them. Thaddeus is a pretty simple fight. It's polarities, and to start off, there's an ad on each side. These ads hit very hard, and tanks need to be stone shielded. So the tanks will be split up. There'll be 2 at least on each side, and maybe 3. Most guilds will do all casters on the left side, all melee on the right side. These guys have to die pretty much at the same time. It is very important that it is that way. And then after we kill them, we go down to the actual boss of Thaddeus. When you make the jump, don't miss the jump. You have a decent amount of leeway. If you're a rogue, sprint, jump off the edge, jump. If you're a mage, blink. Hunters, you guys can throw on like Aspect of the Cheetah. It should make it a lot easier for the other people to hit it. You shouldn't be taking any damage during this, so it shouldn't be a big deal. And then we all stack in front of the boss. I will most likely be on the back side of him so that he's not getting parry hasted all the time and you guys can do more damage. What I know, most of the guilds for the Ignite Mage, they go to where we start and Petri. And you just sit there in the Petri for the rest of the fight. Whoever the initial Ignite Mage is on Thaddeus. Warriors, you guys should Death Wish, not based on execute timing, but based on if you have his back is when you want to Death Wish. You don't want to wait until execute phase and then he's facing you and he's parrying every fucking execute. It's dumb. You're going to lose a lot of DPS. So, like, right after a polarity change and me most likely going to be tanking him, I swap sides and you're on the backside, that's when you want to pop Death Wish. That's the most ideal timing to pop Death Wish. You guys will be doing a fuck ton of damage. Like, it doesn't really matter. My bloodthirst for hitting for like 12k. Like, it's really not. That's the most ideal time to Death Wish on this boss.
Boss is a permanent 100% damage amp.
Yeah, so you guys will be. Do not Dark Rune or Demonic Rune on this boss, healers. It is very important. You will take a fuck ton of damage and most likely kill yourself if you do. So keep that in mind. Positives are on the right side of Thaddeus when you're looking at him from the beginning, and negatives are on the left side of Thaddeus when you're looking at him. You want to be max melee range, and hunters, you can step back to be able to shoot, etc. But as soon as the polarity is kind of open per se, you need to be ready to move and not be late. Because if you're late, you're going to die. It happened to Trash in our softcore run. She stayed back, and then she was late running through, and then she died right underneath Thaddeus. So do not do that. Make sure when it's open that you guys move up into the melee stack. Just kind of hit with your sword, whatever, and then be ready. If you stay on the same side, just back up. You can shoot with your bow again. Not a big deal. If you change polarities, go to the other side. Do not fully rely on add-ons. Do not. You have a debuff bar. It'll put it on. It's not a big deal. When randomly, I don't know if it's actually randomly, it's probably timed, but these guys do a knockback and it'll swap the tanks, the main tanks for each side. As you'll see, Star will get flown across to the other side, and the tank there will get flown over to this side. I believe they keep aggro on the, like, they take the threat from, yeah, so. Do not parry haste these bosses melee. Don't be weird if you're the tank. Immediately turn them. Keep them in the same positions so that we don't, like, we're not awkward as shit going from one to the next. Very easy. It's not a big deal. It does take the threat that they had and transfer it. So when you go, put your camera like that, jump. You have a decent amount of leeway. Don't miss it. If you miss it, you go all the way back to the beginning and you log out. That is what you do. Now, they did not put the tank on the opposite side. I will be on the opposite side because you're just trolling if you don't, in my opinion. So polarity shift goes out. I'm positive. Positives go right. Negatives go left. If you genuinely don't know and you want to be safe and don't want to die, you stay right where the fuck you were and you Petri. Do not run here and Petri. If you're the wrong polarity, you will be shocking the shit out of whatever it is, and it's going to do a ton of damage. So here, I swapped to negative. I swapped to the other side. Main tank is on the opposite side. Did I pop Death Wish here? I should. I didn't. I was greedy. Oh, I did. When you're on the backside like this, you 100% want to be popping Death Wish. It makes the most sense. Not getting parried is your biggest DPS increase. Other than that, Zug hard. You can see up here in the top left corner, in my debuff bar, you want that number to be high. You do not want that number to be low. This number depicts how many people are nearby you with the same charge. The more, the less damage you'll take per charge, per hit. So that's how that is. See, I get cooked here because in execute phase, I'm on his front side. And if you're positive, you go through the portal. If you're negative, you stay on that platform and you completely spread out. This up here should never say more than, like, it should just be yourself. There should be no number here and your charge. That is it. You wait here till the timer is done, and then you're good. And then the negatives can come through, and we're done with Construct Wing. Okay? Any questions?
No, sir.
I've heard,
Yeah, you like that? Number 5. Yup.
I've heard DBM can sometimes mess up on that
It can.
fight.
It's
So I would be sure to have a weak aura.
very...
Paying attention.
The biggest thing I will say is paying attention to your debuff bar. That is the most sure way that you don't fuck it up.
Yeah, and not only can you kill other people because it deals about 2,000 damage for the wrong thing, but you take 2,000 for each person in your vicinity. So if you fuck up, you are 100% dead. But you're also dealing 2,000 damage to everybody else.
Even when you're petried, you'll still be doing that damage. You won't die, but the person next to you might. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, just run to the center where we all stack and hit Petri.
Yeah, if you don't know and aren't confident. Now, if you just get one tapped, you won't kill anybody. You'll kill yourself, and that's it. So just keep that in mind.
And then for mages, like he was saying about the Petri thing or whatever, you're probably just sitting the whole fight in Petri. You just don't even click it
Correct.
off. Whatever. We're going to hope to maintain the Ignite, but with a 100% permanent damage amp, your threat is going to be absolutely ridiculous. But if we get the Ignite and have enough hit to maintain it, then it's just going to blast.
Ideally, like, it shouldn't be instantly. It should be like a decent amount into the fight that I have a good amount of threat moving on from there. So pretty much it should just be one. Just one mage should have to do it, and then
Yeah.
other than that,
We
it should be good. So.
we will not be hitting combustion until the first polarity shift goes out. So just do the scorch stacks and chill, and then once we get into our positions, we can hit combust, and whoever gets the ignite just kind of tiptoe forward, and Petri over there
Where
by
we
the
start.
front.
Yeah.
Where we start. Yeah, where we're all stacked.
On a polarity
not go too
change
far,
is when you want to
please.
do it. So you don't kill yourself.
Yep.
On a polarity change, you run there, you Petri, you're chilling. Okay?
Hands off keyboard. Just sit there, chill.
Sit there and enjoy the fight.
And if we're slow for whatever reason, just repetri.
Any questions?
Unless you feel confident enough with your character's life to join the stack properly.
Yeah, don't. Don't do that. Now, I will say that Ignite Mage will have a polarity when Thaddeus dies. You have to make sure you're in the right spot. If you're either a negative, you're staying on the platform, or if you're positive, you're unpetchering and you're running through the portal. That is very important, too. That you will have a polarity. So, just so you are aware, whoever the Ignite Mage is. Okay. Moving on to Loatheb. Loatheb, we will be pre-popping a GNPP and a Greater Shadow Protection Potion. This boss will allow healers to only heal once every minute. So, melee DPS, every DPS, you are completely on your own. There will be no healing other than bandages. Bandages, health pots, health stones, and protection potions. There shouldn't be really any AoE damage that goes out other than Impending Doom. Impending Doom goes out after a certain amount of time, and it just does shadow damage. Your first shadow protection pot should pretty much eat all of the damage, and then other than that, I mean, you have your Crusader procs, your Bloodthirst procs, etc. Warlocks, you got to be careful. Like, don't life tap. Pretty much is what I'll say. You guys are kind of useless.
Warlocks, like
It's-
there's more than one of us.
Okay, chill. All right, my bad. We need to stop killing them.
Warlock.
There will be both judges on the boss, so Judgment of Light and the Judgment of Wisdom, or whatever the hell it's called. I believe Ravish will have the spreadsheet open and have the exact order going out into the boss fight. What I know will probably pre-lay on hands, most likely, because why not? Because paladins and stuff aren't using mana really anyway, so they might as well pre-lay on hands for armor. And then whatever paladin rolls into the slot of when my paladin armor buff leaves, I'll probably have another lay on hands, just because it allows for most uptime of the armor buff. I would assume we'll probably pre-spam for an inspiration buff before as well. There's some intricacies here with this boss. We'll be pulling him. I'll be pulling him like right where he's standing. I'll pull him like right to the middle and facing this kind of where we're standing a little bit. All the healers need to be standing in front of the boss, including all druids. For whatever reason, Loatheb likes to target male night elves that are druids. I don't know why, but he does. And if you're DPSing the boss as a male night elf druid and he turns around and looks at you, you will parry haste the ever-living shit out of Loatheb, and I'm going to require a ton of healing. So ideally we never do that, so the plan is to literally just have the druids stand with the healers, and you'll be in a healing rotation. You'll just throw out a max rank regrowth on me when your name's called. The hots go super hard. If you have if you have full tier 2 as a priest, which we don't, we only have 1 7 out of 8. Full tier 2 is really good for this. I believe the paladins will be using like a max rank holy light, I believe is what it is. If Ash got the brooch, he'll use his brooch as well. Which maybe Ash should probably be the one that does lay on hands with a brooch. But anyway, from there, priest should be doing max rank greater heal. And we also will be using recombobulators. I will need to get these made and send these out to everybody. But you can put a recombobulator in with your heal, and it gives me I don't know if it's a shield or a healing effect as well. I don't know, but that's going to be the game plan. You use your heal and a major recombobulator. So, other than that, melee, there are spore groups. There's a spore that will spawn in the same time, same spot every time, based on where I tank them. It's 5 per group. When the first spore spawns, group 1 will run over. Everybody stands around it, hit it, run back to the boss. You guys now deal like a fraction of your threat. You guys are dealing like 25% of your actual threat. You guys can zug as hard as you possibly want. There's no repercussions. Ideally, we get the Ignite Mage in there early. So most likely we'll have, like, if we have 5 mages per se, 3 mages in the first group, 2 mages in the second group, so that our mages are completely covered with the Ignite so that they don't rip the threat on it. I will be in full mitigation gear, so I will have terrible threat off the rip, most likely, unless I get some crazy fucking crits. Anything's possible. But I will be stone shielding, etc., so keep that in mind when we get it in, when we push it in. Like, you guys cannot be instantly zugging, etc. Like, you guys gotta give me some time to get it in, to get some threat and good to go. Is there anything else?
Just to touch on that about mages or whatever, if we're doing like a 3-2 split, the people in group 2, you will be frostbolting this boss. Do not contribute to the Ignite if you are not spore buffed. The spore buff gives you like 100% chance to crit, so
Yeah.
your, Ignites are going to be fat. We want to have a big Ignite. The shorter this fight lasts, the safer it is, because Impending Doom just kind of ramps up and will kill everybody because we can't get healed. So if you are in the second group for spores, just plan on frostbolting the boss and let group 1 back a really fat Ignite. And then once that is stacked, obviously if you're running the weak aura, you can see, or we'll probably call it out, then you can start fireballing again.
This is pretty much exactly where I'm going to tank it. Right like that. Healers should all be right here facing the front of the boss. See how I believe they have a DPS druid in here. He's like, sometimes he just randomly turns around. I also don't know why the healer's over here. He's just fucking being a bozo. But all the healers need to be straight in front of the boss. Turning them is just fucking retarded. So here's where the spore spawns. Everybody runs here. Kill it when everybody gets there. Zug back in. You get 50% crit. I literally have 0 threat. Like, big numbers. Next group goes out. The Impending Doom is in, I don't even know. It says a minute 20, but I feel like the fight doesn't really last. I mean, I guess it lasts that long. But pretty much, yeah, like you said, the mages, you guys are... So, actually, Jan, you have to be cursing this guy like every 5 seconds. He removed a curse there, and then it gets put back on, I believe. I don't know, I can't see shit. But he constantly keeps removing his curse. If I recall correct. I don't know how often it actually is. I thought it was way more often than it is. But keep that in mind. You'll have to be recursing him with Curse of Wreck quite often. So he removed it there. And then recurse a wreck. So it seems like it's every like 30 seconds he removes curse. If somebody's lagging way the fuck behind, don't wait for him. You're a goober, in my opinion. If you're not there, you're a goober. Warriors, you guys
Are
want
we
to
gonna
run?
have
What?
Are we gonna have a sec like
Yes.
you already know what I'm not gonna ask.
The
So
groups
like
will be set.
let's say I know that every time I run loatheb, there's always somebody who misses a spore. So like what is that rotation then? I know they can't get into the next one, but after everybody gets their spores, they're gonna be like a group for the people who missed it, or
I think they just. I mean,
are they just cooked?
I think they just have
There
to
should
wait
be
till their group goes again. To be honest.
there should be six
But-
spore, six group.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the fuck it is.
There is always a
have
group
to
with
look.
not by free spore like the last one.
Other than that, I mean, it's a
Yeah,
pretty straightforward fight. Other than not being a goober and healing when you aren't told to.
On the spore note too, like, don't DPS the spores until like everyone's stacked up.
Yeah,
there,
they have
'cause
very
they
low
have, like, 2
HP.
health.
Yeah, I mean, group 6 is usually just a fill group, so yeah. If you missed it, you'll get in on group 6. So,
Sweet, thank you.
which this is gonna change, but this isn't what it actually is yet. But yeah, I mean, other than that, it is a very straightforward fight. Other than, yeah, curses are back up every 30 seconds. If you miss a spore group, take a fill spot in group 6. Do not take it from another group. In my resolve run, one fucking paladin, for whatever reason, took like 5 people's fucking spores. It was sick. So don't be that goober. I don't even know why there was a paladin over there, but yeah. Anyway. There will be a full assignment order, and I believe Jay will be calling it. So keep that in mind. Don't let me die. That's pretty much it. Any questions? No questions. Oh, you can see here on the Gluth for like the kiting area. You guys kind of just spread out behind Gluth, and then Paladin has plenty of room to kite around, etc. Okay.
I have a question, I guess. Do you have any streams of you like going over the trash? I feel like the trash in NAXX, especially the construct wing, is one of the most dangerous parts of the raid. Do you have any like
Yeah, we
clips
did it.
of you guys clearing that trash?
Oh yeah, it was in. Oh, when the fuck was that?